What's up YouTube? How are you doing today? Chana D, your Techno Dad here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out the Yamaha RX-V583. It's a mid-level priced AV receiver, and we're going to get into it right after the jump. And I'm back. Now if you're new to the channel and you want to learn about 4K home theater, audio products, and how to set them up properly, you should consider subscribing because I'm here to help. Now that housekeeping's out of the way, let's get into it. So, you're probably wondering, Techno Dad, why'd you buy another receiver? Don't you have that awesome Denon X6300H? I do. In fact, I do. So, the reason why I bought this V583 was to kind of get a better idea of how to set up Atmos like on a Yamaha. And I just kind of had an idea, since I'm getting a little bit of money from YouTube, and figured I would just go ahead and pick up AV receivers in the $500 to $600 range, at least so I can get a better knowledge of how their menu systems and how their setup works, so I can better help you guys at home. Now, one thing was odd about buying this level of an AV receiver. I would be pairing it up with a speaker system that, each front speaker costs more than the AV receiver. So the good folks at SVS have sent me the Prime Satellite 5.1 setup. It's a $1,000 5.1 speaker package. They sent that to me for a review, so I decided to mate that system up with this AVR, since it's more along the price point and kind of fits in the whole kind of range. And after all, I mean, if you can start with home theater with a $400, $500, $600 receiver and a $1,000 speaker system, that's not bad. $1,500, $1,600, you're in, and you're sounding way better than any TV speakers. You're sounding better than probably majority of the sound bars out there. And then if you wanted to, add in some prime elevations, and for under $2,000, boom, you've got a 5.1.2 Dolby Atmos setup. So that was kind of like the reasoning and my thinking behind getting the receiver and mating it up with this SVS Prime 5.1 satellite system. So without further ado, let's go see what's in the box.
And here we are with the unboxing. Now in the box we get like a pamphlet on all the cool features for the wireless music and some speakers. We got the manuals, antenna, microphone for setup, remote, batteries, and of course we've got the AV receiver. On the front panel we've got your basic stuff: power, setup mic input, headphone jack, input selector, scene selector, center bottom we've got tone controls, program select. In top middle we've got your radio controls, all the different kind of radio controls. To the right we've got aux input and a USB input for playing audio. And the far right we got volume and a direct button. Around the back we've got all kinds of different I/O. The ones you guys are probably going to be concerned about are the HDMI, 4 ins, 1 out with ARC. And here's the most important part: speaker outputs. Now the far right two are the Atmos outputs. They call them presence channels, but those are the Atmos ones, okay? That's what you're going to need to look after. Alright, so we're removing all the Klipsch speakers and the Denon X6300H. Alright, so before we set up Dolby Atmos, we need to update the AVR. It takes about 20 minutes, and then we go back into setup. We go to speaker, configuration, and the power amp assigned is already at presence. They are surround back, biamp, zone B, and 5.1 channel. So we need to set that up to presence and then scroll down to layout. Now here we have a few options: front height, overhead, and Dolby enabled speaker. The Dolby enabled speaker are the ceiling bouncy speakers. So if you have modules, that's what you need. I have installed speakers, so overhead is what I'm gonna need for my situation. Now you just leave everything else the same unless your fronts are large and you don't want to use a subwoofer. All these settings right now will work exactly the way we need to with the SVS Prime Satellite 5.1 system.
All right, so we unboxed it. We did the firmware update, which took about 25 minutes. So I wanted to watch something and check out the Dolby Atmos and make sure it was working properly. And so I tossed in the Dolby Atmos demo disc from 2016. And if you guys are still looking to get your hands on one, shoot me an email and we'll get it popping. Anyway, I put in the disc and I listened to the Audiosphere demo because that's the one I listen to a lot and that's the one I know the most. And everything was in its right place. When the diamonds on screen were appearing, going in like an arc above you, we hear the diamonds going back and forth above you, in the height channels. So the thing is, you just don't see the AV receiver say Dolby Atmos on the front. So do not worry about that. It is receiving the Dolby Atmos signal. So I think it's kind of weird that the AV receiver does not display what kind of encoding is happening as, whatever signal you're sending to it. It doesn't say it. So I did find it. It did take me a little bit of poking around to find it. When you're playing like the Atmos demo or whatever, go ahead, pick up the remote, press the options button, and scroll down to signal info. And there you go. There it says Atmos. And that's it. So it's a little odd that it's not on the front of the AV receiver, but that's one way for you to guarantee that you're getting the Atmos signal. And of course, getting up to your roof or getting to your, bouncy module things and just listening for the information, it is coming out of there, okay? So my plan is in the coming months to pick up a new AV receiver in the mid-level price range from $500 to $600 and test it out and kind of figure out how Atmos is set up, because I know you guys got a lot of questions and I only have experience with the Denon, so that's kind of like my plan. I'm taking this money that I'm getting from YouTube and just putting it back into the channel to help you guys out. Well, really to help me help you better, right? So in the comments, go ahead and put down which brand you want me to check out. If there's a specific model number that you want me to look at, then I can make a video for it on the channel. It'll kind of help everybody out. So let me know down in the comments and you can help me help you. You know what I mean, baby? Yeah. And if you're wondering if I'm going to sell these, probably. And I will be giving first dibs to these AV receivers to all my patrons on Patreon first. So if you're interested in that, links down in the description. So that basically covers it for this video. If you guys liked it, go ahead, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad, and I'll see you next time.